welcome to the Exes, a podcast experiment presented by Arbuckle and Burgess, attorneys at law. That's how you make an entrance to a podcast. Did you feel the whole room shake?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Hello, how are you?
Good.
I'm out of breath just from running 4 feet.
Mm.
Is that a problem? Hello, Eartha Casey.
Hello.
How are you?
Good.
You look cute. We're going to be nice and friendly this episode.
Oh my gosh.
We're going to be super friendly, man. We're going to be best buddies. Just like the good old days.
Mm.
The episode of The Exes is brought to you by Arbuckle and Burgess, attorneys at law. We love Arbuckle and Burgess. And we love 318. I used to love my ex. Now it's more like hate relationship, right? You would agree with that, right? My ex, Casey Meacham, is here.
Yeah, it's really weird. You can't even put a feeling on it, really. Can't really say hate. Can't really say
you and I?
Yeah.
Yeah. I like you. Yeah. That's
Nay, no.
I do. I
Nay,
like
no.
you. I do.
Nay, no.
And of course, it would be pretty hard for us to do this without the Toe behind the scenes. The Toe is, of course, pressing all them buttons. Hey, Toe, how you doing?
Hey, keyword behind the scenes.
Oh, well, you were in front of the scenes, though, for that, right?
I don't know what that means.
You were on the camera, so that's technically we went behind the curtain and we showed the Toe. We showed off our toe.
The toes are out in the wind.
Are you doing this?
Oh, we're doing that. I'm doing that. When you have a full keg of Fireball, you always drink out of the keg. Not that little sissy, cold shit. We like it. The Exes?
I'm never going to get to take this shot.
The Exes like it hot. Did you?
Dude. Oh my God.
I gotta quit using this damn keg, man. Did you see it happen on the last podcast? We did. I do another podcast, by the way, a super local one, and one of these spouts was aimed at that wall. So as soon as I opened it and I put the cup under it, it shot like that. Cheers to you. That's way too much, by the way. I don't think I'm gonna be drinking all that right now. God, the more you drink really hot Fireball, the more you get used to it. Did you take any sip out of that?
Yeah.
Looks like you just opened it. Show it to the camera. It looks like you just opened that.
I took a sip.
No, I don't think you did.
I did.
If I have any complaints about you, Casey, it's that your cups that you drink out of don't have enough sparkles on them. I think they should have more sparkles on them, the cups. Can you hold that cup up so they can see?
Oh my gosh.
Just not enough glitter,
It's beautiful.
So, what's new?
What do you mean what's new?
How are you? How was this last week? We had a pretty nice, some would say explosive episode of The Exes. I believe, I lose track now. I think that was that 6th episode. Was last week?
I think you're right. Yeah.
The 6th episode, and it was, in my opinion, it was one of the best episodes we've ever done because it was funny. We had some funny moments. We had some heated moments. I don't even think we talked to each other after that episode ended. I think we were just out. We'll talk within a week or so.
Yeah.
How was this week post that episode for you?
My week's been good. My weeks are always good.
Yeah.
Usually, normal. But I think when we're talking about what happened last time, I just feel like sometimes, I don't know, you kind of have my brain scrambled because when I'm saying...
Because I'm so damn attractive.
No, when I'm talking about something different than how it went in your head, sometimes you think I'm arguing with you or thinking that I'm needing you to agree with me on it, and I'm not asking you to agree. I'm just asking you to listen.
Yeah.
To have a different point of view. But honestly,
tough,
I don't think now after that last episode and all of the other ones and doing all the other ones, I don't think that I'm going to ever get to the place I want to get with you. No.
Oh.
I don't think that's ever going to happen.
What do you mean?
Kind of
You mean
lost
you want
hope
me,
on that.
So you're saying that you don't think you'll ever get to the point where I am in fully, I'm agreeing with you on certain things.
No, it's not. That's what I'm saying. It's not really about agreeing. It's about listening. And I think that you take it as I need you to think I'm right or it was right or wrong when I'm explaining something.
That's the beauty of the Exes, man.
Yeah, it's crazy.
It's
It could be
bizarre.
an eye opener for other people because it's really, really not about like emotions are not logical. So especially when you got upset, like you can see it. If I'm upset, you might not can see it as well as it goes with you. I'm serious. You
No.
can see it. If
So
you're
when I'm
bothered,
upset,
you
it's
can
illogical?
see it. Now, if you know me, no, emotions are illogical. Yeah.
But
Yeah, for sure.
are your emotions illogical?
Yeah.
Okay.
Emotions. I'm not just talking about just one person, but I'm saying like, if you knew me, you would know when I get upset, but I don't show emotion like you do with a lot of you pretty much react.
Do you think that's healthy
What?
to not show your emotions when others are?
I think that I think it's healthy to control your emotions. I think it's very healthy for your body. I don't know how else to put it.
I am nothing if not conscious about the health of my body. I'm glad you noticed. I'll take care of this temple.
I'm just saying I think it's healthier and then
Yeah.
but you should talk you can talk about it, but I don't know, I just didn't feel like
Well,
I wanted to continue.
Yeah, I understand too, because I mean, it did last week. Certainly did get heated. Whether the emotions are logical or illogical. I mean, I think that's going to happen more and more. I don't think we should shy away from that. I think that that's what makes our podcast and what we do so unique. And the simple fact is, I always tell people this. I really don't even have to worry about trademarking this because no one's crazy enough to do it. It's kind of like the idea that if you really do it, it has to be that raw. And I think if it's just butterflies and rainbows for an hour straight, I don't think there would be much appeal to that. So I'm not necessarily like afraid of getting real or raw. I just hate, as I told many of my friends last week, I hate that I hate that we're the ones that have to bear that burden, because it is when you're in the room and it's really happening, it really gets thick in here. It's kind of tough because you still have to coexist outside of this room. And the toe is in on that. I mean, I think the toe asked the question that I think it was sabotage actually. Toe, what was that like? Just being in the room in the heat of that moment.
Well, since the toe caused it, I was extremely nervous. I'll tell you that.
What about I know there's a real person in there under this toe thing. What did that real person think? I mean, seriously, you're in the moment. Two exes are really going at it like that. What's that like?
Toe needs to take a
Put them back on. I've never seen you without them.
In all seriousness,
Yeah.
I think that you guys had a legitimate claim to each other's arguments. There were some things that could have been resolved a little better between both of you, but as far as getting there, look where you are now. You're both willing to come back here and talk about your problems without even any hesitation. And that's progress.
Maybe some hesitation. I mean, there's some problems. Maybe there's a little hesitation. Appreciate that candidness out of the toe, by the way. Much appreciated. I bet that was interesting because, I mean, the heat of that.
Well, I was thinking about like I don't know how I'm going to continue because it was draining for me. It was very draining. I don't want a toxic thing that I have to prepare for, or a debate that I have to prepare for every week. I genuinely want to let people see a reality of not everything's perfect, because social media has just put this cast on
Aren't
everything.
those two things you just said counterintuitive, though?
Why?
Because you want to show people the realness, the rawness. So it's impossible, certainly for two exes with the history that you and I have, for it not ever to go to that point.
I don't think it should be toxic. I don't think it should be toxic.
Do you think that was toxic?
Well, that you disagree. I mean,
I'm
that's
asking.
it. I just wanted to finish my thought. But I believe personally that I don't want to come into that every week. For real.
I'm just getting it ready. That's all.
But because we didn't even like fight like that that much when we were together. You know what I mean? So that's not something that I'm used to dealing with. Now, over the years, I've gotten stronger from just people, just regular hate. You know what I mean? Like being through other things. But we didn't really fight like that when we were together. So it kind of does hurt me, like hurt my feelings a little bit when we do fight. Regardless if you're intentional about it, like my feelings hurt when we're at each other's
I have feelings as well too,
throat.
though. I mean, it's not. You make it out like I was just screaming at you, and you were just this
I am
whimpering
not talking
child
about.
in the corner.
I am
just
not
taking it.
talking about you. I'm talking about in general. I didn't say you screaming at me. I didn't say anything like that.
I think sometimes you insinuate things and
This
you don't
we go.
understand like what it insinuates. It's you the whole.
You are
I
assuming
just let you go on a
what I'm
diatribe for
going.
5 minutes.
How you perceive me or your perception of me is not my problem.
Right?
So I said what I said.
Okay.
How you take it, I can't help you. I don't know what to tell you. And that's exactly
fair.
what I'm talking about. In last week when you said you're mad. And I'm like, now I'm getting annoyed. Yes, because you keep on telling me what I am.
Yeah.
If I'm mad at you, I have zero issue with telling you that I'm angry at you. So I don't know how to change your view on my words. I'm not constantly talking about you. I'm talking about this and how I felt about it.
Okay.
And I mean, I'm sorry if you don't agree with it.
No, I
I just don't
totally
want to
agree
fight
that.
every single week that I come in.
Right, and I agree with that. But that sentence is different than, you felt like you were getting attacked. Like
I never
just
said that.
A monstrous.
I never
monster.
said I was getting attacked.
You did.
No, I didn't.
You did.
No, I didn't. I said it
whole
was
thing.
toxic, and I said I didn't. It hurt my feelings when we argued like that, and I thought about it a lot afterwards. And I didn't know how I was going to come back because I didn't want that kind of environment, and I didn't want to have to prepare for a debate every single week that I sit on this chair.
Well, your hair looks beautiful today. Your makeup is flawless. The jewelry you have on today, it's just perfect, and your nails, that color. You're even wearing a ring that I bought you. It still looks good all these years later.
Oh my God.
See, this is great. Now we're being friends again. I just think we shouldn't shy away from those real emotional moments. I think that's my only
That's not
point.
what I'm saying.
I agree. Casey, this is a weird thing that happens in conversations is you went and now I get to go.
Okay.
Right? And the two
But you've said that twice, so.
Yeah, okay. Well, the two won't always be copacetic. It never will. We're
All right,
exes. We're not
continue.
best friends.
Continue.
No, I'm just saying. I honestly, and without question, I don't want to sit down and get into an argument like that either. Like that was a big bummer, leaving. But I think it does happen. And so my point is, I think it's if the goal is truly to show, the realness of what this is.
I'm sure you'll get the realness. You don't cut anything out. You'll get realness. Like let's.
That is true. We do
let's
not cut anything out.
Let's not be afraid that there's not going to be
But
any
we do
realness.
have an ad box whenever we need it. If things ever get too heated, we will pop this button. It's like the president, the new president, and even the old president. They have buttons on their desk they can click, and who knows what happens. Our button sends it straight to an ad, just so we can take a moment to take a quick little breather. No, but we'll never need that again.
Oh,
because,
that's when you breathe.
Yeah.
Oh.
That's the only time I breathe.
Okay.
Funny, since we came back, I don't remember getting this complaint a lot in the beginning. Since we came back, the number one complaint out of the Exes podcast, can you guess what it is?
Me?
Can you guess what else? No, just kidding. No, if it's you or me, people hate me far more than they hate you.
No, I get a
It's
ton
not
of
even
hate.
close.
I get a ton of hate.
I think locally it's slanted against you, to be fair.
Yeah.
But I think if you take it outside of the Shreveport bubble, it's like 99% pro you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe. I don't know.
Maybe even more, like 99.9.
Yeah.
Because you're the hot girl and I'm the ugly guy.
That's not true.
Yeah. Oh, and people hate my fake teeth. I've learned too.
Okay.
Like we did a video months ago, and it was, "What's your biggest red flag in a relationship?" Like 8 of the comments was, "Big fake teeth," red flag emoji.
But I would love to see the comment hate so I can go to their profile and
It's all on
do the
TikTok,
same.
Yeah.
Like if you're going to talk about me, let me talk about you.
I agree. I think we should do a segment maybe on Patreon that we will be launching soon, where we just the Exes against. We can call it the Exes versus, and we just look at those haters
No.
and we totally dive in deep into
No,
their
but
lives.
if anybody says something to me,
Their
I
drama.
want to see so I can
We
say something
pull
about
their,
them.
Like we find out where they live and pull their records. I'm talking about we call their children's school. We go all the way.
Oh my gosh.
I'm just kidding. I don't care what people say about me on the internet. I haven't thought about this. People comment negatively. I definitely
Right.
haven't thought about this in my head. I had to get on the toe, man. The toe got on somebody's ass on TikTok. I was like, brother, we can't do that. Calm down, toe.
What happened?
Person had you fired up, didn't it, toe?
Oh, the toe was fired up for real.
I had to call the toe and say, whoa, we got to pull the reins on the old toe.
Yeah, deleted that comment immediately.
Obviously, I think the nature of this thing is certainly as it grows, is there is one side and then there's the other side. And then somewhere in the middle, there's probably the truth. And I think that's, when you get on social media, certainly my point, I'll tie the
I've
fault together.
admitted to my wrongdoings, and I think people
Yes.
think that I haven't
admitted
admitted
to
to
some of
them. You
them.
need to go back to the second episode, babe.
Second episode was it?
Second episode, babe.
You cried during that episode. That was cool.
That
That was the first time I've ever seen you cry.
You're a little damn liar.
No, I've never told a lie.
I don't cry a lot, but oh my gosh, I don't cry a lot, but like you've seen me cry.
I don't think I have before that. I'm not in person. No. The only other time you called me once, we've talked about this. We won't have to go into details on this phone call.
No, you see me
Is it-
cry over
no,
like a new pair of shoes
Oh,
being
yeah,
broken
I've
or
seen you cry
something
over
like that.
I've
Yeah.
actually seen her cry more about the other ex-boyfriends in her life than she ever cried over me.
That's not true.
That is true. The guy she dated for like 2 months.
Well, why would I let y'all know I'm crying over you? He didn't even know I was crying over him. I wouldn't let you know.
I think I'm a little bit different than some of these other ones.
I wouldn't let you know.
Okay.
I'm strong.
You are. I think that's one of the best things about you. You're strong.
You really believe that?
I do, of course. How could
Oh
you
my
not be strong?
gosh. He
Yeah.
does have a brain.
I don't know what that was. I do have a brain though. The biggest complaint I've got from the Exes relaunch is that I move too much. Do you notice that?
I don't really. I mean, who
That's what I'm
cares?
saying. Now-
Who said that?
Now I'm super. Count probably 20 people have said you just got to stop moving when you're sitting down and talking, and I don't even realize I'm doing it. I'm doing it right now though. Now that's all I can think about.
The stuff that people pay attention to.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting.
And then you get on TikTok last week from her episode, and everyone was like, "Is her nose bleeding?" And she's talking to a guy in a fucking full-on Yellowstone costume, and it's on Halloween. They don't put two and two together. And then one person came to your defense and said, "No, I think that's a birthmark."
Yeah, it was a birthmark. I got it removed last week.
Yeah. Every other episode it wasn't here, we covered it up. That episode we said, "Fuck it,
Yeah.
we're gonna show it off."
I'm a makeup artist, so
Are you?
really.
You are. You're the best. Maybe the best in the world.
Okay.
You could be.
See, this is how he got me to date him in the first place. That right there.
No, that's not.
That's
what
how
it
y'all all
was.
get me. Y'all are super nice.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all blow smoke up my ass, and then y'all are like, we're bored.
It's a nice ass, though.
Oh my God! Yay! Stop!
How
Shut
you
up.
doing? No, that's not how I got you. I think I'm a lot different than those guys.
You
I think would agree to
100%
that.
got me because you got me ice cream when I wanted it. You were super
Oh,
sweet
you mean
to me.
once we got
When we immediately started, you were super, super nice to me and kind. And
But then I turned into a tyrant asshole. Like
no,
I was
it's not.
always nice.
It's
and
not
kind.
that you. It's not that you went the opposite way. It's just that it was like attention, no attention.
No attention at all. I love that.
I mean, really.
You want another fight, don't you? You really want another one. I'm ready.
I mean,
I don't, but that's
I think.
a different
I think
argument.
it. I think if
What do you think changed,
I was
though?
getting attention,
Yeah.
that
You wouldn't have seeked it elsewhere?
I don't know. I don't know
That's
because I was depressed and there was
Mm-hmm.
I was young, so I don't know. You can't really pinpoint it. There was a lot of different factors for me, but I think there's a lot of factors right now for everyone that I didn't have to deal with that people now without kids are struggling in their marriage. Dealing with some of the issues that I felt of being alone or not having enough time to spend together.
Yeah.
And they don't have kids and they're just a year into marriage. We were never married. We had no vows. So it was also like, it was hard for me to respect. They have to respect it. They're married. They have a ring on their finger. They had the whole ceremony.
Oh,
They
so
spent
we
all this
didn't-
money.
So since we didn't get married,
No, it's not sense. It's just a fact.
yeah.
It's just a statement, Jay. We didn't take the vows. I didn't have this wedding. There were certain things. And then I had kids and I was a wife. And then you have now today these wives that did go and do all the to-do and have the license and all the stuff. And good for them, they have the license, because if you have that piece of paper, you have something legally saying like half of this is mine.
Yeah.
But they're
Man,
struggling
what a fortune
with.
you missed out on.
They're struggling. Well, I'm just saying, like, I did
No,
leave
no,
with nothing.
No, I
Yeah.
totally get it. Yeah.
But like they're struggling with some of the same stuff. I mean, kids, no kids.
For sure. That's
And-
an interesting point.
Well, I asked some of my clients, I'm like, what do you think the main issue is today, like with relationships? And one of them said, like, the girls' pictures
Yeah, oh, yeah.
and saying that it's okay.
I will totally, to maybe a larger point, but that's certainly her minor point. 100% relationships aren't what they used to be because of social media. I don't think anyone could ever argue with that. For multiple reasons, not just liking other pictures. That is certainly a thing. It is, in my opinion, and I might be totally wrong on this, or maybe I'm just so far away from where you are that you might not agree with this. I think a really obviously huge problem with social media is friend A is married to B, right? So pick your friend, you have 100 of them in your head, and they're married. And this is a loose friend, so maybe you see them once every few months. When you see them, you know each other, everything's good. And you're married to your wife, and you live with that all day, every day, and you live with that, the constant struggles that no one else would ever in a million years know about, or the stress that comes with that. But damn, all you do every day is go and look at what your friend is doing. Old friend A over there, hanging out with his wife, man. He's in Hawaii this week, and man, oh my God, last week he was at this nice, beautiful restaurant with her, and then he went to this nice, it's like, I think we look at everyone's social media and we compare our lives to theirs. And it's not fair because much like them, we don't put our bad stuff. Many people, I am sure of it, which is one reason I think a lot of people in Shreveport are still so connected to you and I, is that people thought that we were it. People thought that you and I were in it for the long haul. And we didn't broadcast any of the negativity or the stress that was going on in our life. And obviously there was some. I think that's the biggest problem with social media, is that people, boys and girls, in their marriages and in their relationships, always compare what they're doing to what other people are doing. And you have no actual clue what's going on in their lives. Most of them, if they're married, are miserable.
I can't relate to that because I just don't look at other people's lives and desire what they're doing. I have my own thoughts and my own way I want my life to go, so I just can't relate to that. But yes, I'm sure that we've talked about that before. Yeah. I'm sure that is a thing that people do. But I really think with the social media, it's alienation. It's you can be by yourself and be entertained. You know what I mean? You don't have to have somebody. So if you get in a habit of being on your phone, or you're essentially alone in your mind, even though you do have a partner, and you're into your own things, your video game on your phone, or your social media on your phone, you follow your certain and your spouse follows, but you don't give a shit what they follow. You follow your own shit. It's alienation, and you can sit in a room, or in the bathroom, or at the gym, and be sucked in and completely ignore the other person. And that's happening with, people of all ages, people not in relationships,
go to a restaurant,
teenagers.
Look around.
Yes, it's totally an alienation. So I think that would help, unfollowing stuff that you compare yourself to, or trying to follow better things,
Casey
healthier
wouldn't even
things.
let me follow a girl when we were together.
Really?
Yeah.
That's not true.
Oh, that was so true. On Instagram, I couldn't follow a chick.
That's not true.
Are you serious?
Well, I can name about 5 of them that I still remember.
Well,
I knew of them.
Those are great friends.
Sure.
I couldn't unfollow those
I'm
friends.
sure she was a great friend.
That's so funny that you're.
I think y'all actually kind of talked
I've
after.
got 5,000 friends, and you can name 4 or 5 of them that were girls.
There was one that I knew that liked you while I was with you, and then when I left, I think the first time I left, y'all were like talking.
I think I know who you're talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I knew. You just know.
She's married now, though. Good for her.
Mm-hmm. I'm
definitely not unhappy about it.
But you just know, I think, when you're a girl, what is respectful, what is not respectful.
Yeah.
What
I got a question. So we've listed quite a few things with social media, of how it can negatively impact a relationship, and it no doubt does. There's no one could possibly make an argument that social media and being prevalent on social media can solidify and strengthen your relationship. It cannot. But what's the alternative? I mean, obviously the alternative is not to give up social media, because so many people, use it for work, use it for.
You need to give it up if you have a
So,
problem. If you have a problem with comparing yourself, if you're not mentally strong enough to only follow certain things or not go and look up somebody, or you need to get off of it. You don't need to have it. And you have to be a strong enough person to be able to deal with that and deal with being off of it. Like not looking at things.
Look, I'm
like
not even
posting,
with somebody. I can't imagine not being on social media. Like I get in bed and I'm like, I gotta go to sleep in 30 minutes.
There are
3 hours later, I'm on. I'm just scrolling.
There's plenty of platforms where you don't have to follow people and know their every move. You don't have to have Snapchat and tell people what you're doing every second of every day.
Yeah, but some people need to Snapchat. How else am I gonna see them titties? Man, I can't believe I said that. Or maybe I can't believe Casey said that. Honestly, I have no clue why you're hearing from me right now. Chances are the exes needed a break. Who knows? Maybe you're in a relationship and your significant other has crossed the line with what they say one too many times. That's when you call my friends Arbuckle and Burgess, attorneys at law. They're the best. And of course, they are our title sponsor here on the Exes. Back to you, us. I couldn't help it. I'm so sorry. Are you mad at me for saying that?
Why do I give a shit?
You don't give a shit. I'm just saying some single men need the app, brother. And also some married men.
What?
And that's a problem. Get off of that app. If you're in a relationship, you can't be on Snapchat. We agree?
No, but if I was a man
this will be great.
didn't want... Okay, like this is just
Can
me
you sing
thinking,
it, though?
like,
sing it
smart.
like Beyonce would sing it.
No.
If I were, and then you sing that part.
No.
Do it, please, once.
No.
They've never heard your singing voice.
I'm
Please
not
sing
doing it.
Please
I'm
sing
not
it.
doing it.
Please.
I'm not doing it. So, if I was a guy and I wanted to be a scumbag, right? I would just find me 2 decent young girls, that are clean. And I would just have...
You're out of options right there.
them 2 on my little Snapchat account, right?
Yeah.
And there you go.
Wait, what? So you're saying if you were single and you were a scumbag, you would only have 2 girls, good, clean
Yeah,
girls on
why
your
do you
Snapchat?
need a bunch of titties?
I'll tell you exactly why, if you really want to know why.
Yeah, I
you
really
need a
do.
bunch
I
of
really
titties.
do.
I'll totally put this out here.
Why do
for
you need multiple tits?
Here's why. Number one, scientific purposes. Like you want to see what's out there,
But you could just look that up on the internet.
That's true also. No, I can tell you why no guy only has 1 or 2, no single. You were talking about single guys, right?
Yeah, just single, just doing what they want.
The reason no single guy out there, and if they tell you they do, they're lying. No single guy only has 1 or 2 fish on the hook, because no single girl has them alone on the hook. And we're not
But that's
stupid.
what I'm saying. I don't care what the other girls are doing. Obviously, they're sending their tits and stuff like that, and they're not dating me. I really don't give a shit what they're doing.
We're looking way too deep
I'm not
into the
looking.
titties,
Well,
but
I'm just saying,
it's
like,
okay.
I'm not looking long term to them. I'm not taking them
Right.
seriously. And this is if I was
you
a
might.
guy.
You might.
This is if I was a guy. I'm saying, meh, no, really don't want to. If you're sending, I
But
don't
when that
respect
red
you.
box pops up.
I don't really respect you. Yeah, of course. Look,
Let me click that
But
thing.
I'm saying,
Let me get my other phone out and take a
I'm
picture of it
saying
so I
that
can
wouldn't
keep it
matter to
forever.
me. Of course, they're doing that to multiple people. But I'm saying, as in to
I'm saying, you're asking why do you need more than 2, but that's why. Because eventually, you as a guy, you will be overlooked in no time. If they're single, if the
saying
girl is
that-
single,
okay,
they will
so-
eventually be done with you. So
Get
eventually,
it.
you are old news.
got it.
And so you gotta.
So it's really like y'all aren't the players are the women.
No. I didn't say that at all. I think
Well,
it's.
you don't have the control of the game. You just said that.
Totally have.
You
control
just
of the
said that
game.
you would be old
It's like it
news.
would- yeah, of course that totally happens because eventually a girl will find somebody that they believe is the answer to everything. And he is the sweet guy that you talk about, the Prince Charming that you reference every week. Yes. And then a
Not
month
every girl.
later, then that, then it all fumbles apart because neither one of them got off of Snapchat. Neither one of them, really fully committed to each other because they're both living that active lifestyle already. And it's so hard these days to rip the cord and to pull the cord and be 100% faithful to one person. It's so hard. And a huge congrats to everyone.
It's really
who
not
is
that
able
hard.
to-
It just isn't. It really isn't that hard. I did it.
You did what?
I was faithful.
To who?
To you.
Until when?
8 years of not being married and not being
'Cause we
taken
weren't married, so it
seriously.
didn't matter?
And I never said that.
Okay.
I've already apologized for that. You can
Agreed.
let's
No, I agree. But you
move
just said
over
it's
their
easy to-
speed bump.
Well, you just said it's
You
easy to be
are a
faithful.
speed bump. That is a definition of you when it comes to me and you. You just want to
That's like
slow
me
it
saying-
down
that's
and
like me-
talk about
that's like
that
me saying
again.
It's easy to stop drinking.
It happened many, many years ago.
I agree. Casey.
Okay,
I'm
so
saying
let's
you still
move
can't
on.
just say things like that. And I
I'm
just sit here and say,
saying
yeah,
that
you're right.
I
It is easy to be
was.
faithful.
I was in the house. I was in the house in my cute little granny panties, and I was taking care of 2 kids. And I did that. I did that. Been there, done that.
Yeah.
I'm good. I saw how it panned out. I've seen other things how it panned out.
Yeah. I think that a lot of times we say guys versus girls, and it's not that. It's that the evolution of society today, if you're single, you're not talking to just one person. You're talking to many, 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 many people. And a lot of times it just breaks down to who accepts that first date, who asks for the first date, who goes on the first date, and then it goes well enough to have a second date. And then maybe then you can have some semblance of a relationship. I think that it's so hard these days, whether you're a guy or a girl, because everyone is talking to everyone. And that's true. You can't deny that. You're friends with a bunch of single guys. I promise you.
I mean, I already know
everyone
that.
rolls in circles.
I
like
know
that
that
So
part.
if the question is, why don't you just have 2 girls on Snapchat? Well, that's why. Because everyone just talks to everyone. And then you see what happens.
Well, I was saying it as in why do you need a Snapchat full? Because I guess in my brain I'm seeing the Snapchat as all of these things, and then you go follow another girl and she doesn't even live here, and let's see her, see her body, and let's see her body. Like for me, I don't know if I would need that much, but that was just my opinion. If I really just wanted nudes and wanted to keep my Snapchat, personally, I don't believe that anybody should have a Snapchat that is looking to mature and grow and be serious with anyone.
What about Instagram?
What do you mean?
I'm
having an Instagram?
Yeah, purely,
Yeah.
We totally agree on Snapchat. I don't think anyone who takes anything serious. I think if you take your work serious, you shouldn't have a Snapchat. I think Snapchat is the pit of civilization. I think it should be.
I think if you're going to be with somebody, you need to be confident enough in today to let him see stuff. He's going to see stuff.
Okay.
So if you're self-conscious about that, then you need to work on you.
So Instagram is good though. Good. You don't.
Yeah. But I don't see as in like taking an effort to like somebody's story, like somebody's picture, comment on something. I think that's very disrespectful because you need to think about your other person's feelings. Think about it for a minute. Are we that serious enough that if she was doing this to me,
would I care?
Would it hurt my feelings? And not do it. That's an extra step that you have to take to like in a picture.
It's a great.
You know
point,
what I
yeah.
mean?
Oh yeah.
And so I think
So rate,
also the
rate
following.
these. What's worse? So let's do like 3. Let's go with liking a photo. This is a guy or a girl.
They're all equal.
No, they're not.
Yeah, it is to me.
Okay. Liking a photo, so scrolling and liking a photo, hitting that heart. Makes such a pretty animation, but also that can be done on accident. It
No.
just can be.
No,
it
it
can
can't.
be done on accident.
No, it can't.
It
Well,
can
I
be.
better not see it because it takes 1 second to remove it. So
That's true. I totally agree with that, but it is accidental. Okay, so that's one. Liking a photo on Instagram, and it's a big old booty. Let's just say it's a big old booty.
oh yeah, it was such an accident.
Yeah, that's an accident. But he says, no.
This is why I don't feel sorry for men.
It's an accident. Okay, hang on, hear me out. And then the next thing would be responding to a story. So it's a story in the DMs, but it's the reaction. It's not a word.
I don't give a fuck.
It's hard eyes, but it's the actual.
It's a DM.
Okay, so
you're messing up.
well, the third thing would be open up a story and say, looking good. What's worse? I think
All of it.
Yeah, I think they're all bad, but I think there are levels.
Absolutely not.
Yeah.
This is not fucking what Call of Duty. What do you play?
Call of Duty.
You don't get to
Black Ops
no
6.
no
Prestige 2.
no. You're respectful at all
That's what
times,
happens
or
when
you
your
don't
lady
get a.
leaves you. You play Grand Theft
Oh my God.
Black Ops 6. Every now and then Among Us. I would
If you
vote
can't
your ass out so quick in Among Us.
If you can't respect a girl, you don't deserve one.
What if you don't respect a guy?
If a girl doesn't respect a guy, she was probably, and she was in love with him.
Mm-hmm.
She was in love with him. If a girl was in love with a guy, I'm gonna like rephrase. If a girl was in love with a guy and she disrespected him, he disrespected her first.
Wow.
Out of every moment in the relationship, he disrespected her first.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's what you really believe in your heart too.
Well, I know that. I've had friends that over time, once as a girl, you know, this is, you can look this up.
Oh yeah, I'm sure I will.
Women that have been disrespected over and over again, it could be something silly. It could be you saying that you're gonna get her a car. Okay. Or whatever, you know, something stupid, like not relevant to us.
That is disrespectful.
No, the disrespectful is saying it
and not doing it
over and over again, and she's expecting it, and you keep telling her, yep. It's in a way a lie or a false promise, and she loses trust in you.
Okay.
So a woman has to have security. She has to feel safe, and she has to have trust. And I've already said this on one of them.
A guy needs all of those as well.
Yeah. Did you not have it? Did you not trust me to stay at home?
Well, Casey, I don't think you want to have that conversation. It's fine.
So you didn't trust me?
Well, certainly not after a certain.
No, I'm not talking about that.
I know, that's why I said
I'm talking before that.
Yeah,
Did you trust me? You can't even answer it. Why can't you answer it?
Okay, no, I didn't trust you.
You didn't
Casey.
trust me
now,
before that.
Do you want me to tell me? Do you want me to tell you why until you get mad
No,
at
I'm
me?
saying
you want to act like I'm always bringing up old shit and then you ask me.
I'm saying before that.
Okay, I can tell you exactly
Did
when
you
I stopped
trust
trusting
me?
you explicitly.
So
if
you didn't
really
trust
want me
me
to tell you when, I can tell you when I stopped. I did.
Well, I know what you're talking about.
Do you?
Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about.
Say downtown Shreveport.
But what downtown?
In the loft. I came home from work.
In the loft.
Yeah, you had just moved in. I'm not gonna say anything else, but
I just moved
that should
in.
totally tell you were
What
asleep.
was it?
Well, I go home and your phone's buzzing, and who was calling you?
But that wasn't my fault.
Okay.
I mean, somebody
Was
calling
it your
me.
fault?
Okay. So anyway, I'm saying I didn't know you didn't trust me. You didn't trust me.
Trusted you to a level, but I think my point is I
can't even remember my thought now.
Thank you for the fat rag that my producer the Toad just sent me. No, we were talking about trust, and
I don't think you shouldn't have been with me because
I agree.
You shouldn't have been with me if you didn't trust me. You should have never been with me.
I agree.
So that was that. But I think with females, that is usually what happens. If somebody's promised something over and over again, or told something, or then told this story and then finds out it's completely opposite, she loses respect for the guy. She doesn't believe in him. She doesn't feel safe anymore. Yeah, she'll probably venture out. She probably will. Or if she doesn't venture out, she will have the guts to eventually leave, even though she did love this person. She had the best connection. She did this. She will leave it because she knows that she's been doing it by herself anyway.
Is this person married or not? Does it matter? I'm just asking.
You can be common law, whatever.
Okay, common law. So, long-time relationship, all the way up to marriage.
And dedicate and make sacrifices.
So, are you saying that venturing out would be similar than respectfully leaving? You're saying that those two are the same?
I'm saying that they are the same. Is that what you're asking?
Yeah, I'm asking. Do you equate those two to be totally acceptable? If the guy had been,
I'm not saying it's accepted. I'm saying it's going to happen. I'm not saying that it's good or bad behavior. I'm saying that that's going to happen because she's not going to have any belief in you anymore. And that's why a lot of people that are older are bitter now, because they get divorces when they're older. Their kids are out of the house. They get divorces. They're bitter. They don't want to be around them, blah, 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 because they sat there and did their life with them when they should have just got their asses up and left.
Finally, look at us. The Exes Agree. Hey, this is a brand new segment brought to you by Arbuckle and Burgess. It's called The Exes Agree. It rarely happens, but here it is. I think the most respectful thing you can do is at the moment you realize that things won't work out is to get out.
Yeah, I think when you're above 25 or 26 or 27, your frontal lobe is, developed. you can make those decisions, and you're mature,
Tell me
and
more
you can
about the
make those.
frontal lobe.
I'm just saying, you can make those decisions, or when you're 30, maybe you'll make that decision to calmly leave.
They do say that the adult
and
brain
pack your
does
bags
not-
and ride into the sunset by yourself. But when you're a young kid, sometimes you don't think as clearly. And I guess since it happened to me when I was young, I will never outlive it. I will always wear the scarlet letter. I'm fine with it.
Yeah.
But mistakes happen when
You
you're
need
young.
to stop watching The Handmaid's Tale. That's what you need to do.
That has no relation to the.
It does.
Is he dumb?
You are all in on that,
The scarlet letter to the Handmaid's Tale.
isn't it?
That doesn't relate.
What is that? Yeah, it is. It's very
You
old school.
dumbass.
What is it? What is the Scarlet Letter? That's gotta be The Handmaid's
You
Tale.
didn't even read one book when you were in school.
How to Eat Fried Worms. I read it. In the
Oh,
day.
okay.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
I did. I used to do AR testing, and you had to get like a set amount of points each week. So I would just pick a different Harry Potter book and just pick random. All you had to do is get like 60% to pass. So if I did it enough, I would eventually just pick a random A, B, C, or D and pass. I'm not a big book guy.
I thought if you got 60%, that was a D.
D passes.
Oh.
Yeah. I don't know what school you went to.
Bare minimum J.
You want to compare?
It's your new
ACT
nickname.
You want to compare ACT scores up in here?
Oh my gosh. Hey,
So,
I
you
got a
raise your
free
hand
ride.
Oh, I was just going to mention that AR was awesome, and I used to read Captain Underpants, and I got
See?
all the points for it.
See, he gets it. We're big readers. Most men love to read.
I never did. I never did the book reports or read the books.
Really?
I read my own books that I liked. They told me to read To Kill a Mockingbird. I took a D.
Yeah, D's
I
passive.
was not doing that.
I had
That's
this weird theory
torture.
in high school. I wouldn't call it weird because it actually panned out, but I learned pretty quick that if you never turned in a homework assignment, that you could still pass with a B. If you never like if you take
Where was
every-
this at?
Huh?
Public school? What-
honey, I did not go to a public high school.
This was in high school? That's what I'm asking. It was in high school?
Yeah, it was. I knew, but I mean, that's just the way it breaks down. I mean, that's the way it breaks down. I guarantee you in most schools. I bet you would never. Parents, I'm so sorry. Don't let your kids watch this because I would never let my kids do this. If you don't turn in homework, you can still pass with a great grade. Homework is not that important, is my point. And so I never turned in homework.
River doesn't even have to do homework.
Isn't that great?
No, I mean, she has homework, but she doesn't have to do it to pass her. I mean, she's just
Yeah.
already knows this
Because she's
crap.
so good.
So, Rosie, on the other hand.
I love Rosie needs to do her
Okay,
homework.
anyway,
She needs to do
anyway.
it twice.
Anyway, she's going to watch this and be
Isn't
pissed.
that cool how you can have two daughters or two boys? I'm sure people out there have two boys as well. Isn't it crazy and unique how they can be so polar opposite and different?
I've always done that because I'm totally different than my brothers.
Yeah, but that is not the point I'm making.
What is your point?
Cameron and Dustin are very opposite.
So
I think
am
that's
I.
unique. Yeah, but
That's what I'm saying. I've always known that.
do you even read a book? I mean, you just called me stupid.
Am I missing something?
You totally
I have an
are.
excuse because I took a shot at Fireball.
I'm saying how cool it is and unique it is to have, two daughters or two sons and then be so different and so polar opposite. I think that's why everyone knows this. I was so excited about having a second child with you because I just knew it was a boy. I could feel it. I went and got Nike socks and I didn't want to know the results of the ultrasound because I knew it was a boy. But then when I realized it was a girl, and you remember this, I, of course, wanted it to be healthy. I wanted it to be blonde. And all I could think about is it's going to be so cool to see a different version of what a girl looks like between you and I.
Yeah.
And it's been pretty great. And she was totally blonde-headed. It was awesome.
Yeah.
Cool.
Cool.
Love kids. Love having kids. Do you want more kids?
I think I would do it if it would just have to be perfect. And I don't think it's ever going to be perfect. It would have to be exactly what I wanted
Yeah.
to do that again, to put my body through it. But just because I'm so short, it was very painful. But
it is hard having kids when you're 4'8"
I'm 5'4".
in heels.
Oh my gosh. Anyway, I would do it again.
I would too, but I have a completely different outlook on it. I would do it again if I could find a girl who had her own things going on in life, who was single, single for life, and she just wanted a kid. And she was like, we had a nice contractual agreement to co-parent together. We had no
You
intentions
know, a
on
lot
being
of
together.
men say that.
I would love to have another kid.
You know how many how many men say that they would have a kid
Yeah.
they want a young girl to
Well, I didn't
just
say young.
well, you kind of have to be young to have a kid.
No, you don't.
Anyway, oh my gosh, they pick a young girl to have a kid and just
Do you know
have
why
my
most men
kid,
say
and
that?
and men would go and do their own thing and live their own life
Do you know
while
why?
she's taking care of the
Do
kid.
you know why? Well, that
Because they don't want to make
Wow.
coffee in the morning and go ride bikes and stuff.
no, because kids are awesome and wives are annoying. That's why they say that.
Oh, that's
Because
sad.
kids are the sole reason that humans exist. I mean, that's literally the only reason you're put on this earth. If you put away every other thing that you think is important, none of it is important. All of it is reproduction. What? I'm serious.
Yeah.
So I don't want the drama. Why? I wouldn't want the drama with somebody else. When you get your personal feelings involved, then you got drama. I don't want that drama. I just want a freaking boy.
Yeah, but the reason for that would be the child.
You hate men. I am learning this every episode.
It's not that I hate men.
You hate.
No,
okay, go
I
on.
actually I respect a lot of men, and I like men.
She burns so quick. She doesn't even realize she's doing it. Like, you can't even get mad at her because she doesn't even understand it sometimes.
I do like men.
Okay.
I like them a lot. I fantasize about them.
Ooh.
Like about if there were real men in Shreveport, it would be
there it is.
so great.
This is the part right here. Go on.
But that's what I'm saying. Like it's just a type that I want, and I'm not gonna let
What's
go
the type?
of.
You asked me on the first episode back, what does a man look for in a woman? Now, I do believe your answer will differ from many women watching, but I would love to know your exact example. What would, like, when you say, because I always make fun of you because you always say, like last week we were arguing and you said, when I get married, we're not going to do this. But you will do that. You will argue. No marriage is
No,
perfect.
we will argue,
Yeah,
but
you
I
will.
will be listened to.
You want everyone to listen to you, but you don't want to listen to anyone else. And
So
that's
what?
going
I'm
to
a
be
female.
problem.
I need to be heard,
That's the problem.
and I'm more emotional. So tone down the emotions over there. Be the man. Help me feel better.
Yeah.
And
But what guy is going to do that? What, like, guy who has everything that you're looking
plenty
for
of
will
men
that?
do it. Ask the
No.
married people.
Yeah, let's ask the married people
Plenty
anonymously
of
to
men-
talk about their marriages. I promise you the answers will be different.
You think most men are miserable in their marriage right now?
Yeah,
Really?
of course.
Oh, that's sad. Well,
It
then
is
then
I think
it
most
shouldn't
women
exist
are. I think
because
most women
I mean,
are. I think
You think women are too?
No, I think miserable might be too harsh of a word. So I don't want to necessarily go all the way in on men and women are both miserable. Essentially, what I'm saying is I believe all people, generally speaking, maybe even non-religious types, are without question unhappy in their marriage.
see,
Yes.
I don't see that because I have many people around me that are married and happy and
You
happy
also-
to have
you also-
somebody.
your friend group is 10 guys and none of them
It's
are
not
married. And
friends.
most of
I
them are
have
in their
family.
30s.
I have family, baby. I have a mom and stepdad, and then I also have.
And they're great. Yes, I'm not, they're the exception to the rule. I agree with you that sure. I think there's a lot of stuff maybe going on in everyone's married life that you will never understand or know about because they don't put it on Front Street. But it's totally there. It's absolutely happening. I'm not saying they're
No,
unhappy.
I see
okay,
what-
Hang on. I get what's happening here. I'm not saying that everyone in a marriage is so unhappy that they're getting a divorce tomorrow.
I know
I
know what you're
I'm saying
saying.
that there is not a marriage on the planet
That's
that
perfect,
exists.
but I'm not saying that it's perfect.
I'm saying that there is not a marriage on the planet, not one, that exists that is so perfect that these two don't have.
I'm not saying that. That's not what I said.
I'll shut up now because if I did that to you,
I'm saying that
and
they're
and
not
I do it often, and you
miserable.
always let me hear about it.
But I already know your thoughts. So, I mean, you don't know my thoughts sometimes.
Okay.
You don't know what I'm going to say.
That's true.
I know what you're going to say.
I'll
You just said it. I just said it before you said it. I'm not saying, I never said that
Wasn't
it's
at all what I was
perfect.
gonna say, but it's
You
fine.
said they were miserable. That was your claim.
Yeah, and like I said, I walked that back pretty quick because I think that word is too harsh. I do think I'd say over 90% are unhappy. Yeah.
I don't think so. I think,
Mm-hmm.
you know, the people that came together that I see in my life were a little bit lonely, and it brought them some type of happiness and some type of understanding of, oh, it's not all about me. And they learned that quickly to be less selfish and not only care about what they wanted. And so it works.
Yeah. I'm like I said, I think sometimes you have an idea of meeting the white knight on a white horse that makes life perfect, and there's
No.
never any ruffles or nothing you got
I
to
have
work
plenty
through.
of men that want to date me right now that wants me
course you
to
do.
wants to give me whatever I want.
Yes. Until
That's not
when,
it.
Casey? Until when? How do you think that would go
No,
on
let's
forever?
go back. Hold on. We can switch to this, but you're saying that I'm looking for this white knight.
Yes, you are.
That's not true.
Okay.
I make jokes about it, but no, I'm not asking for anybody to be perfect. I think that I have standards, and I'm just not going to move past those
Well, that's
standards.
a good thing. That's a great thing. I don't think you should.
So I'm not looking for perfect. I mean, you can see what the past that I've dated. I'm not looking for perfect. So
You can see from the past what I've dated. I'm not looking for perfect. And you don't think that's a shot at me? That was a big shot.
I hope you take a lot of offense to it. I really
I
don't
take
care.
all the offense to it. I think that, as you said many times, that the guy that you eventually will be with will listen to you always, and he will never
He
have
will
a
because
say,
I'll listen to him.
and he won't have to work, and he's already got his life. I'm telling you. I'm just
I'm
telling you.
not
That's
saying that he
Yeah,
won't have to work. I
maybe
work.
you're
I
not
work
s-
like a dog. I
You
don't know
do.
what you think I do.
No, you
So,
definitely
I
do.
mean, I don't want
Oh,
somebody
God,
up my
you do.
ass.
You work
I
really
did
hard.
very well with you not being up my ass. I've never wanted anybody up my ass.
Yeah.
And I'm good on being by myself and being independent. I don't want anybody that's going to text
Right,
me
but you
all
just,
day.
But you just bragged that you could find any guy that would give you the world right now. My point.
No, I
my
didn't
point
say
is,
that.
You did say that.
No, you twisted
did.
my words.
I didn't
I said
twist.
I do have men right now
Yeah, many.
that want to act like they can give me whatever, and
No, you didn't say
my
act
life
like.
would be
You didn't say act like. You
okay.
said, "Give me
Whatever,
Okay.
do whatever. They have shown
I agree.
some
This is my
stuff,
point.
but I'm saying I don't. Why if I wanted that, why wouldn't I just go jump into it?
I'm not saying you want that. I'm saying that let's assume.
You just said that.
No, you want a guy to be perfect that has
That's
everything.
not true.
Okay. If you believe everything.
That's not true. My evidence is who I've dated, so I don't care.
Yeah.
I've never asked for anybody to be perfect.
Longest relationship
Most
you've
of
been in out after me.
most 2.5 years, and most of the boyfriends
2.5 years.
most of the men I have dated have not had a pot to piss in, by the way.
Right. Agreed. I agree with that for sure.
They've had zero money. So to make me out to look like I want this perfect person with their life set and
I
all
didn't
that
say
stuff.
anything about money. I said you want a person
Yeah,
that just
he
caves
did.
into.
You can play it
No,
back.
You can play it back, Casey. I said you want somebody that answers to your women call and listens to you always and never has anything to say back to you because you're a very
That's not
dominant.
true.
I'm
That's not
only
true.
listening to what you're saying, so you can't keep interrupting me every time I repeat what you say.
Well, I'm
You
just saying
only
it's not
want-
true.
Okay.
You might think that.
I do think that because just I'm
You-
listening to
you
what
can
you
think
say
that.
about who you will date and what you look for in a man. You said after that you have countless guys that'll give you everything you want, and I agree that you have that. I'm saying those guys will not put up with anything. They're gonna rip cord right out because there's another girl in his Snapchat that he can't wait to give that money to and give that lifestyle to.
No,
that
not-
won't give him the
That
shit.
person's not for me.
I agree. Look at
So-
us. The
Well, I'm
exes
saying,
agree
like,
again.
You're saying as
Took you
in
very-
general,
took you a
there's
while to
these
get there.
guys. I'm saying that I don't want those guys because I know the one that is meant for me. You're saying that, the guy that is meant for me is just going to be with me. It's not going to be, oh, he'll just leave me as soon as I do. No, he's going to handle me anytime I am, like however I am.
He won't
He's
handle
going to
you.
handle me.
Won't happen.
But he's going to be meant for me. That's what the thing.
You know what's funny? I agree with everything you just said, actually. I really do. I do. I can say from the outside looking in, and you, luckily, I think it's bonded our friendship that you do let me in a little bit on sometimes your relationships and what you're going through. I don't think there's a guy out there that can handle you. I don't think he is.
That's
out there.
really rude and insulting to say because you don't really, your perception of me is after I have disrespected you. So I get it. You think I'm this, man hater that just wants everything to be perfect and you're not good enough. But that's not who I am. Who I am when I'm sensitive with somebody that I'm in a relationship with, they're going to see my true softer side. I feel like I have a harder side with you now because I have to. And I've had to for years, but I mean, you will never get the softer side of me. So you really do not know. You cannot sit here and say if a guy can handle me or not. You don't know how I am in a relationship
That's
now.
true.
So,
Well, forgive me. I certainly didn't mean to be disrespectful. So forgive me for that. I wasn't trying to be disrespectful. I just think from my perspective, I
of
think,
course, from your perspective, you're going to make it look as hard. I'm like the hardest person to be with on planet Earth.
No, I don't think that. I think that your expectations
And I'm like
are,
the,
I just think
I
you,
am a lover girl, and you know that from when you dated me. I was very loving, and you say it all the time. It has made me look very hard and rough. I don't care. I don't care. I'll sit here and talk and
So if you want, well, the last episode where we were in an argument and you literally said, the guy, my husband, we will not do this. And that was only my point. You didn't have to make it out to this mountain.
Because we
My
won't.
point is that whoever you're with, you will have massive arguments. If you don't, then it's not real.
I won't have massive argument. I won't have to.
It'll never, why? Because you're Casey Meacham?
You
my
think that?
point.
You just said that.
No, that
You just said that. You just said because I'm Casey Meacham.
but
you think of me like that?
You just said that you'll be in a perfect marriage and never have an argument. Like
I never said it was going to be
literally just said that.
perfect. I said I'm not going to argue like I do with you. It's just not going to happen. Or I won't be with them.
Okay. It'll be perfect. It'll be rainbows and butterflies.
Okay.
And I can't wait. I don't have any mailbag questions for the episode today.
I have one.
People officially hate us. And also, I posted the mailbag 10 minutes before we went live. But yes, I have nothing from the mailbag today.
I have one.
Let's do it.
No, I have two.
We've done this now for 3 weeks. I've never heard the train before. Perfect. You have two mailbag questions.
Mm-hmm.
Let's go. This is exciting.
So I'm going to do the least serious first. And it says, are you still obsessed with McDonald's Coke? And that would be a yes. It's crispy. And the crispiest one is in Houghton, Louisiana, baby.
Let me tell you, this girl loves her Coke.
I do.
She loves Coke. I mean, even after we've been broken up a lot of times, if I'm coming over to the house to get the girls or if I'm ordering the girls something, they'll always say, and a Coke for mom. But the Sprite at McDonald's is like,
I don't like Sprite.
it's like nuclear. It's like, how is this made? And is this even healthy? I love it. So I agree with you. Yeah, it's so great.
The next one, are you happy? That's gonna make me tear up a little bit.
Are you happy?
Yeah, they just asked if I'm happy.
Well, let's talk about it. Are you happy?
It just makes me tear up a little bit. Hold on, can I have a break?
Only if you press the button. No, you got to open the box and actually press the button.
Hold on.
No.
I think I can continue. I'm fine.
I actually like this idea.
I think I'm fine.
Okay. No break needed. Sorry, Arbuckle. We'll just see you later.
I am probably the happiest I have been in my adult life currently. I think I think I can be happier, but I am very happy. Does that make sense? I am very happy with how my life is, but I think I can be happier. Obviously want to share my life with someone. But yeah, that was an interesting question. I am happy. Happy
Sometimes
with
all you
how
need-
my life is now.
Sometimes you only need 3 words.
But nobody ever asked me like how I feel or, what I think. Or, like,
Yeah.
I don't know. I think that's why it made me emotional. But
So explain, because I will agree. Obviously, it's not my place to answer if you're happy, but I can say from the outside looking in that you seem happier. I know that you've had some valleys, some things that you've worked through the last few years, and you do seem generally much happier. Why is that, you think?
why am I happier since when?
Since any time. You just said it's your happiest you've been. So what makes your life these days, like, why is it so refreshing? Why do you wake up happy?
I feel successful. Even though I don't have a lot of money and I don't have like material things, I think, stuff that you have, material things, they can possess you at sometimes. And I try to like detach myself from a lot and try to not have a lot of attachments to things because I used to when I was a child.
Yeah.
But I think I just feel very successful in being a mom and being my true self,
You're
and then
killing it as a mom.
and then
You're
also in my work,
You're
in my
crushing
career.
it though, man. You're crushing it with the girls. You really are. And
Thanks.
they're at that fun age, you know. They're preteens. You
Mm-hmm.
know, certainly our oldest. I mean, she thinks she's 21, but you know, you're killing it. There's a lot of answers a lot of questions she has that old dad doesn't have the answers to, you know. And so you're doing a great job.
Thank you.
You're welcome. I think that's a pretty good way to end this thing, huh?
Yeah, let's
We
get
don't have
out
to.
of
We don't
here.
have to storm out, do we?
No.
Well, go ahead. I'm gonna give you the. Honors. We'll go ahead and put it on that big camera way back there. And Casey, if you could send us home.
Thank you for watching the Exes podcast. A podcast experiment. Be back next week to watch episode 8 on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and YouTube.
Good job. The Exes, a podcast experiment presented by Arbuckle and Burgess Attorneys at Law.